At Anaconda, I actually had the joy of putting out one of our first branding campaigns, because up until that point, most people just knew that Anaconda from a radio ad or a TV ad, but it didn't actually stand for anything in people's minds. So we were able to use some customer brand health research to figure out where there was a gap in the market. And it was all about this family-friendly idea and being a one-stop shop for any kind of outdoor activity. And that insight helped to drive part of our merchandising strategy. It helped to drive the creative and what sort of message we wanted to leave people with. And ultimately, within a 3-year window, it sort of doubled our memorability in that space with our end consumers. And we saw that come through in our sales as well. So starting from fact, starting from something that's provable, and then taking that in a creative or an engaging space. But there's definitely going to be more ways to collect data now through different digital channels, innovations around AI. I don't really think we know where it's going to end up. But the important thing is to know and understand the amount of data that you've got, and put it in a useful format. I think that's the tricky thing, and that's something we're working through here a lot. If I think about the packaging work we're doing with you guys, for example, we've got 3 or 4 different product teams that are all, busily working away in the background with a variety of different suppliers. When we've started this program, we found that people have it in everything from emails to spreadsheets, to scraps of paper written on their desk. There's nothing I can do with that at the moment. There's no insights, there's no business gains to be had from that. So making sure your data is in a consistent format and being able to be gathered and stored somewhere logical, I think, is one of the most important things a company can do right now to set themselves up for data success in the future. It's very logical stuff. It's being as accurate as you possibly can. It's not, over talking some of the points. It's avoiding being broad. So be as specific as possible. Don't omit things. No one likes an asterisk and terms and conditions at the bottom of the page, but sometimes you've got to use it to be able to give context to those claims. So use it where it's possible. The one I did think was really interesting was about visual, as in make sure that what you're visually representing is not misleading compared to the words that you've got. So you've got to make sure that they're matching up. If it's only 20% of recycled material, your entire box probably shouldn't be green. Those two don't quite match. So I don't see it as a big scary thing. I think it's just responsible advertising more than anything. I think, like many businesses, though, we've been trying to figure out the how and how do we do great business while moving in this sustainable direction. Why does sustainability sit within my remit? Because it doesn't really have a home in traditional business. And I think we're all kind of struggling to figure out where it should live and who should have ownership. I'm fortunate that my CEO is wildly passionate about this, so he absolutely holds ownership of it as well. But I guess there's a part of me going, if I have to tell the story behind this, I want to know, I want to understand, and I want to be able to verify where this information is coming and where those statements are coming from so that I can wholeheartedly stand behind it and craft the best message to go to market. I think I'm a reformed perfectionist. And so my new phrase is progress, not perfection. And we use that internally all the time. This fear of wanting to be perfect before anything goes live, and then you actually don't move the needle at all. So we can put something out there and we can keep, moving it. At Facebook, their old slogan was move fast and break stuff. I'll be PG rated. The idea was just to do things, just to try things, just to get that momentum, because momentum is what's going to create the change, not necessarily some of those little things that you're doing.